Okay, so Amouranth is a very large Twitch streamer. I think she fits in the booby streamer category. Obviously, that term's usually used derisively, but I mean, I think boobs are cool, so it seems fine, really. Last night, Amaranth went live to reveal that she has a husband, because she said she's single, because of course, all women who make a living getting money and donations off of, like, young guys who are horny will say they're single, and has been in an abusive relationship. He has threatened to kill her dogs, to evict her, and keep all the money and much more. This is like a whole thing. Oh yeah, apparently a member of my community, it sort of inserted me into this drama. I don't know if it's this
Why
clip,
did you
but...
say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I don't. I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my like telling you. Literally. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier.
Is this fake? Nah, this is like a whole protracted thing. It's not fake.
You're saying you did not say that.
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
What are you even talking about?
If this is a whole... There's so much, like, associated context. The basic gist of it is that, she's been in an abusive relationship with a husband who's controlled her finances, threatened to kill her family, so on and so... Or not family, sorry, pets. Maybe also the family, I don't know. And then Amouranth came out and basically just streamed and just sort of, like, unloaded all this information. Just sort of like, yeah. Yes, pets are family, I know what you mean. Okay, yes, pets are family, yes, pet family.
I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're married. Because it's like, our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet.
Yeah, the two-factor on all her accounts is attached to his number. He controls all the bank accounts and stuff. It's bad, yeah.
Yourself. I'm done with it. I'm not going to you anymore. Piece of shit. It's working now. No, it's not plugged in here. Done with this shit. You want me to tell them I'm single? It's about to be true. Piece of shit. Go f yourself.
She was so gaslit, she didn't believe she was legally allowed to open her own bank accounts in Texas. Well, that might have been true 50 years ago, but not now. The
when
receipts.
I say plan, cameraman, we're like, we're in the house now. It's like, the next time when I say plan, do it. Dumb f, do you understand? Like, what plan talking about? It's like, this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take a call. So I can't, tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from my hotel room. But throwing your...
Oh, they're doing the thing. They're doing the highly normal behavior thing. I'll just narrate it, because Amaranth's also having a normal one, but, like, in a sympathetic way, not a lunatic, psycho way, like the guy is. I'm about to dump your luggage. I'm throwing your stupid merch off the balcony. I'm ditching your stuff. You don't need to make it with the clothes guy. Deleting social media in 1 minute, actually. Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. I'm going to shut down the bank account. He's like, for every nanosecond you don't respond, I'm going to delete $5 billion or something. Going to delete Twitter in 30 seconds if you don't call me. 34,000 gone. Going to donate $250,000 to diplomacy in the next 2 minutes. $250,000 gone. I will donate $500,000 in 3 minutes. If no call in 1 minute, I will make sure that Kieran, that's a pet I assume, goes to a meatpacking house. 22nd, time's up. $750,000 gone. We now cannot do the down payment for the California house. Another $250,000 in 5 minutes. I'm about to tweet about you swatting me. So highly normal. That's her dog? Okay, gotcha. So highly normal behavior here from the guy. I feel like this is how Tate said you should treat women. Yeah, it is. Like this is like this guy's a top G right here. Yeah, okay, wait. I need to explain something really quickly, because I know a lot of people watch this stuff and I don't know what their relative experience is, okay? I need to explain something really important, all right? So first of all, okay? In the real world, okay? Some people are huge morons, okay? Like broadly. It's just really, it's unfortunate. It's just how life is. You can attribute that to whatever you want, environment, circumstance. Sometimes people are born with a soft spot on their brain, okay? Whatever. But everyone has at least one soft spot on their brain, okay? And it's called love. When you have feelings for someone, you are retarded, and that's everyone, with no exceptions. All human beings have this soft spot on their brain. It's dumb. It feels like stupid Disney. It's, oh well, everyone's done by love. Unfortunately, it's just true. That it's just a fact of. It's literally just. You can Evo psych it if you want. It's literally how we're designed. Yeah. Aromantic people? No, everyone. It doesn't matter if you're ace, aro, as whatever. If you don't have this, it might be like an antisocial personality disorder thing, and I think even those people have those things, except in a more like possessive attachment kind of way. Everyone has some variation of this soft spot in their brain, okay? So like I need you guys to understand. There's a lot of like stereotyping that gets thrown around about like abusive controlling women and abusive controlling guys. And while the way in which the abuse manifests is usually gendered, I want everyone to understand that the nature of the problem is not gendered. Everyone can fall victim to this. There are guys out there who are being like led around by the nose by chicks who are like draining every bit of money from their account. I mean, the Zen drama recently where she was like funneling shit out of his account for like meth money or something like that happened. The last time we even talked about something like this happening was it happening to a guy. And I've already seen people who are saying like, oh, how could Amouranth let this happen to her? Like, how dumb is she? And the fact of the matter is that like everyone is really dumb when it comes to stuff like this. People are just really vulnerable to poor judgment calls when it comes to stuff like this. So the I guess like the appropriate way to handle this is like, if it turns out that a person has been the victim of abuse, like have they done dumb stuff? Like has the victim made mistakes? Yes, but that doesn't mean they're in the wrong, right? Because we all have that soft spot. You know what I mean? It's like it's like the emotional equivalent of like putting a branding iron to somebody, and then when they like freak out and stumble, you're like, dude, why'd you stumble? You could have calmly moved your arm back. Like we are not expected to make perfectly rational decisions in situations where we're being like sort of overwhelmed in some sense, you know? I just want to make that clear. I just want to make that clear because you know, because people always think I know what you think, I know who you are, because I think this too. Everyone thinks this in some level, don't they? I would never let that happen to me. Come on, fess up. Everyone gets that feeling, right? And the truth of the matter is, like, maybe not, but you never know, right? Like, maybe not, but you don't know. Or maybe you do know that you would fall for stuff like this because you've been the victim of abuse before, you know? Please mention love bombing and honeymoon phases. Yeah, well, the cycle of abuse is usually that people will do really shitty stuff, and then, like, after, there will be, like, a period of calm afterwards where they make up for it, and they're like, oh, I'll never do that again, oh, that was so bad, and then it's, like, the honeymoon period where things get better, and then things get bad again, and it's up and down, up and down. Again, like, people are dumb. Pattern recognition, like, kind of falls apart when we're talking about strong interpersonal affection. It is, yeah, it's just a thing that people do.
He broke that too. So
I like how she still has the dono noises on during this stream. It's very 2022.
Best advice I can give during my divorce my grandma gave. This too shall pass.
Both phones from me. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke, like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore. And then he also, another day, right when the ST Peach game, he was like trying to smash my phone against my computer, try to pour monster on my computer,
timing,
and then
but
took
I
the
need
fucking
$50,000.
It took like one of the objects in my room. I think it was this, like one of the chairs or one of the tables, and like hit it against this wall and made this. This was my dog, but this was him. Just like throw stuff. Water
no
bottles
one
and
should
shit,
be putting hands
throws
on you
things,
in
and I'm
other
like,
than a
"You throw it at
loving
me." He's like,
manner.
no, I didn't. I threw it in your direction, but not at you, to the side of you. Didn't hit you.
So this was like a whole thing. This whole like the whole stream. No, meltdown's not really the right word. She's obviously not in a great emotional state. You know, we're getting normal behavior all around. But you know, I'm glad that she's coming forward with all this stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of discourse about this tweet where you get kind of like the expected gamer bro response. Amaranth has had a husband this whole time, yet have been gifting thousands of tier 3s every month. How do you charge back on a credit card? This is obviously a joke. This person is probably not donating thousands of tier 3s every month. I mean, the underlying logic of the joke is obviously quite bad. Pigeon is obviously quite cringe. He must be under arrest now, right? No, that's not how that works, unfortunately. Abusive situations are really so societally. Let's try to get sociological about this, okay? So societally, everything in our system is designed to prioritize the family unit as the primary like operational unit of society. This structures it's like the ways in which this is evident are so complicated and so like universal and so baked into everything. But one of the sort of economic ways that this manifests is that when people are married, obviously they get tax benefits, and the way they can structure their finances, it's different from single people if they choose to, which you will because tax benefits. And what this means is that like socially, if you're in a family unit with somebody, that means if you're somebody's parent or if you're somebody's partner, if you're in a family unit with somebody, it is really easy to just ruin their life and they can't do anything about it. It is the systems that we've structured afford a degree of, I guess, like a benefit of the doubt to the family unit, which can leave a lot of people feeling really trapped. A lot of you don't understand because you've never been in this situation, and I really hope that you never like will. But if somebody has your bank accounts, you're f***ed. Like outside of some extraordinary legal finagling, like they have you, and all it can take in years of a relationship is one bad day for them to convince you to give them control of your accounts. And I've seen this manifest in a bunch of ways. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you can trust me. I'm smart. I'm like basically your manager, you know, like I'll take care of your shit. Sometimes it's like you do it kind of like in a negging way, like you make mistakes, you're too irresponsible to manage your finances, let me take care of it. In fact, I know a person who had this happen to them, and what would happen was they were in an abusive relationship where their self-esteem was constantly torn apart, and that would cause them to do drugs and drink. And the drugs and the drinking made them an irresponsible spender, of course. And because of the irresponsible spending, which was a direct product of the abuse of their partner convinced them to give them control of their accounts because they didn't drink or do drugs because they weren't the one who was having their self-esteem torn apart by the abuse that that guy was doing. So the system, like it's sort of a like a spiral, which can end in a lot of ways, and one of them is essentially ceding like control of your life over to another person. Which, if they have your financials, that they kind of do. I mean, if you don't have money, you can't do anything anymore at all. You're gone, basically. That's just how it works. Yeah, I feel real bad for Amouranth here. You know, every time I see Amouranth talked about, it's in a negative context because people don't give her credit for much outside of being an effective businesswoman. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I watch her streams or anything. I just see the discourse that like goes on around her. I don't think you have to be a fan of Amouranth to like be sympathetic here, and I don't think you have to be an anti-fan. You know, or sorry, I don't think like even if you're an anti-fan, I think you can take a pretty strong stance on stuff like this. It's not exactly hard to, you know, arrive at the correct moral position here. Let me read the article on it just to make sure I'm not missing any critical details here. She's a huge streamer in a toxic and abusive marriage. Her husband's threatened to kill her dogs, controls her finances, forces her to stream, and says that he will leave her with little money. We saw the messages that were sort of linked through here. She also claimed that she has not previously disclosed her marriage as a result of her brother's instructions. Or, sorry, husband's instructions. I hope that's not also a drama bomb that's going to drop soon. That would add to the... Whew. He allegedly told her it would ruin their business model, hence it was kept under wraps. The stream ended abruptly after an unseen female voice asked whether she had taken her medication. Yeah, apparently the stream ended after some, like, off-camera lady asked if she'd taken her meds. So... we'll see how that goes. Is she at least able to sue him? I mean, if she gave him control of her financials, then I don't see how. uh, you got to be careful about that stuff. You know, you have to be really, really, really careful about it. Yeah, it's not good. Oh, I want to talk about the husband too, right? Because the husband is kind of the active agent here. He's also the person whose side of the story is not going to be heard, because who the cares? Um, but I want to be clear, like what leads to behavior like this, and the overriding one is insecurity. You can see it really clearly in those text messages. The respond right now, or I'll burn a bunch of money. You know, I think what you've got right here is a guy who, and like let's be frank, right? Like whoever this husband is, and you know I don't know the details or whatever. He's got a really hot wife who makes a lot of money. Now, most people would consider this, you know, just on the face of things, a pretty good arrangement. Um, Now, socially, we kind of prioritize guys being the breadwinner, and I've seen a lot of guys develop kind of a complex over having wives or girlfriends who make more than them. Because I talk with other streamers, and I talk with a lot of streamers who I have a publicly quiet relationship with. Because if you're a streamer, you just know people, and some people that I know incredibly are women, and I've heard stories about this. Like some guys get kind of insecure and weird and normal about having a girlfriend or a wife who has the job and makes the money. I mean, haven't you seen that, like, in your day-to-day for any adults who are watching? That sometimes guys get, like, kind of tetchy about it. They like the fact that they have money being brought in, but they don't like feeling dependent on the woman, which, wow, how do you think it feels in the opposite direction for all of human history? So they get insecure and they get weird. And I think with the guy, the husband, I mean, the husband here, what the husband is doing right now is he knows he has a good arrangement. He hates her for putting him in the position that he has to feel insecure about his masculinity. And he's terrified of losing what he has with the money and the, you know, hot wife and everything. So he needs to control her and make her feel like she can't do all this without him. Like, in to supplement the insecurity he feels by not being the breadwinner, he has to make himself feel like the center of the operation by exerting control over his wife and making her not like functional without him. You know, he has to make himself the bedrock there, even if it means by like abusing and taking control of the accounts and threatening her and so on. So it is an insecurity thing, you know. Um, I think that's a guess of mine, of course. I'm just speculating, but I'd be willing to bet that's probably a strong, motivator here. Um, yeah, having a good life doesn't guarantee that you're going to be thankful for it at all. People are complicated, and part of being complicated sometimes is that you're a giant piece of shit. So we'll see how things play out. This is where you come into the story. Ah, that's right. Yeah, I can't actually, how am I supposed to know if this is a fan of mine or an anti-fan, right? And that's always the challenge.
Being like, oh, if we split, you want this to be an amicable split. Always saying that. And I'm gonna leave you with 1 million and I'm gonna take the rest because I worked harder than you. It's like, excuse me.
Maybe Vosh can look after the horse's cack.
And if you don't agree, then I'm gonna burn it all in court. I'm gonna put it all in fucking crypto. Blah. Just always threats. Always threats.
I can't get mad at this. I'm sorry. She doesn't have her earbuds in. She can't hear any of the dono noises. They're just talking to stream. I don't know. You have TTS on during the, the drama stuff. There's still a time and a place. I expect less of you guys than you seem to. Either way, behave responsibly. Please. Most socially aware Vosh fan, yeah. The really fucked up thing is that all those donations are going right to the guy's bank account, right? Like, they're donating during this stream, but all these donations are going into the same, like, financial channels that the guy has control over. So it's not like it even is going to her, right? Unless she created another account and diverted the Twitch payout system beforehand, which she might have, but I don't know if she has control over her Twitch admin account. Pigeon. Speaking of abused women, you know what this one has to suffer through? A goddamn bath every now and again. Oh, what terror. What terror. Yeah, gotta clip her nails. Anyway, obviously I hope things get better for Amouranth. Not because I care about Amouranth as a person, because I don't. I genuinely don't know if she's a good person or not. I have no clue. I'm not interested. But because no matter your opinions on her, this kind of violence and abuse and exploitation are sort of non-contextually bad, you know? It's like sexual assault. It doesn't matter how good the perpetrator is and how bad the victim is. It's a fundamentally bad thing. You know what I mean? It's not like oh, this person got deplatformed off Twitter. Oh, it turns out they were a neo-Nazi. Okay, whatever. You know, it's not like a contextually justifiable thing. This is just flat out no matter what, bad. So we should always oppose it. A cute clip from her if you want to lighten the mood. From Amouranth or from Pigeon? Ludwig exposes Amouranth. Well, this isn't Pigeon.
Amouranth, we will have to discuss our business ventures, absolutely. Are you not live right now, Ammo? How are you typing in chat? What? How is this happening? How is this possible? How are you do you just watch Twitch on your headphones secretly while licking a microphone? Did I just find out that you're secretly watching Twitch while farming thousands of views? Oh my god! You watch movies and shit too, I bet. Nod your head if you watch movies and shit in TV shows, Netflix. Oh my god! That's crazy!
This is such a good business model. Holy shit. I can't believe that I have to, like, research stuff, and sometimes I even have to, like, do arguments to make my money. Oh my god.
That's crazy! Alright, I'll raid you. Amouranth. You got me. The hardest working woman in all of Twitch. Hardest working human in all of Twitch. I gotta give it to you. Holy shit, you're crazy, man. Enjoy streaming.
Gotta do ASMR. I despise ASMR. I hate listening. I hate ASMR. So I'm not a chance in the world. I despise that shit. Makes me deeply uncomfortable. I'll try to get hot for you guys, though. I'm doing outpatient stuff to cure my costochondritis sometime soon. I'm hoping they'll inject steroids directly into my chest so that I can get over this fucking condition. And then I'll be able to exercise again. I haven't been able to exercise in 8 months because of the costochondritis. Super annoying. I've just been able to go on walks, which are good for you, you know. Oh yeah, I got my blood work done recently. You know what my blood pressure was? 120/80 to the dot. I can't believe it. First time that's happened. Is that good or bad? That's perfect. Is that good? That's perfect norm. That's exactly what it should be. That's not improvable upon. What's that condition? Costochondritis. You can Google it. It's not super serious. A lot of my stuff is. Whew. Oh, yeah. How come every weird abuser is on Twitch? I know it sounds like shitty, but unfortunately, abusive partners are all over the place. I have okay, people give me shit for this take, and I feel like I might have moderated on it a little bit with time, but one of the reasons that I'm so big, at the very least, on political non-monogamy is because, listen, if you want to be not monogamous, like just one partner and that's all you want, that's totally fine. What you want is what you want. You don't need to correct that. However, I do feel like a lot of the behaviors that people exhibit in monogamy are fucked up sometimes. And I think a lot of it comes down to this really, like, insecure belief that you're, like, entitled to a person that you own. Like, not a partner who you sort of mutually care for, but like a person who's sort of an obligated, like feature of your life that's just there, you know. And I think that can be traced in many ways to insecurity. And I think that unfortunately, it's not that uncommon. I mean, you see it in non-monogamous relationships too. You know, it's not just it's all over the place. It's a problem. No, it's not inherent to monogamy. Yeah, I do think that they're concurrent to an extent, but you know. Have I ever been in an abusive relationship? No. I've been in relationships that have had problems. I've been in relationships where there have been arguments and unpleasantness. but I don't think I've ever been in a relationship that I would consider abusive, like, categorically. I'm not an easy person to have as a partner because I'm incredibly bullheaded, and if I'm ever, like, remotely irritated with somebody, I just withdraw and will do my own stuff because I'm pretty okay on my own, like, always have been. And that can make other people feel like I'm being distant, which I am, so that's a sort of valid interpretation on their part. And this can lead to arguments and hurt feelings. But when I think of abusive relationship, I guess I think of like an effort, either intentionally or unintentionally, to sort of undermine a person so that you can get more from them. I feel like this can be avoided with mutual respect and introspection. Even if the relationship doesn't work out, you know, I think you can avoid like the worst pitfalls. However, getting into rough relationship patches, that's universal. I don't think there's a way to avoid that. People are complicated. Keemstar has a horrible take on this drama. Well, yeah, it's Keemstar, right? Here's the situation. Clearly, husband's abusing, but Amouranth herself has scammed so many guys online, claiming she was single for years. Do I even have to respond to this? This is like learning that a waitress at your local Applebee's has an abusive husband, and then you're like, okay, well, that waitress has called me sugar so many times. I thought she liked me, but she didn't. So, yeah, okay. These Twitch streamers don't care about their viewers. They all just use you and your low IQs to fill their pockets. I'm not gonna, man, if you donate more money to a streamer like Amouranth, listen, if you see a chick like this with 20K viewers on Twitch, and you're like, if I donate more, maybe she'll be my boyfriend, or sorry, maybe you'll get to be their boyfriend, you deserve to have your money taken from you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is very low tier, very low tier on the sympathy charts. Like, come on, man, really? There are some streamers that will, there are some booby streamers who will do this thing where it's like, be my boyfriend for the day, like top dono or whatever. And I do think to an extent there's like a manipulation of the parasocial element. But there are guys who will literally like donate their entire bank accounts to get Amouranth to notice them. And like, man, I can't blame that on her. Come on. Like, use a bit of common sense. Gotta, come on. Come on. You know. Yeah, jerk off before you watch Twitch streamers. Make good decisions. Whenever you're thinking of donating to a cute Twitch lady so she notices you, okay, jerk off first. If it still seems like a good idea afterwards, go for it. But